Today's math video has been broken into two parts. Part 1, comparing negative numbers, and Part 2, square roots. Let's take a look at how you compare negative numbers. Here we will be comparing negative 5 and negative 2. So we're trying to determine if negative 5 is greater than, less than, or equal to negative 2. A good way to achieve that is to think of your number line like the one down below. If you can find each one of these numbers on the number line, negative 5 and negative 2, we can see that negative 5 is further to the left on our number line, and numbers that are further to the left are less than numbers to the right. So in this case, negative 5 is less than negative 2. Let's take a look at another sample. Arrange in order from least to greatest. This time we have multiple numbers we're going to put in order. We have 0, 2, negative 3, and negative 1. Okay, so we'll find these numbers on the number line. We have 0, we have 2, we have negative, got to back that up. We have negative 3 and negative 1. So when we look at the number line, remembering that the numbers furthest to the left are less in value, we see that negative 3 is first, followed by negative 1, followed by 0, and finally 2. So the correct order for these numbers, from least to greatest, is negative 3, negative 1, 0, and 2. Let's do some practice. Pause the video, come back when you're ready. Alright, so the first one probably wasn't too bad. Just keeping in mind the number line. We know that negative 4 is further to the left than negative 3, so negative 3 is greater than negative 4. On part B, we had a little bit of calculating to do. 3 minus 2 is 1, and 2 minus 3 is negative 1. So after you simplify, you can see that 1 is greater than negative 1. Let's move on to part 2 of our lesson. Part 2, we're going to take a look at square roots. The idea of a square root comes from the geometric shape, a square. Here I've drawn a square for you that has 16 square units making up the area. The question is, what times what will give us that 16? Naturally, we know that 4 times 4 is 16. So here's the symbol for square root. You'll see something that looks like this, a little bit like a division box. The square root of 16 is equal to 4. You don't necessarily put the 4 here, but you put the square root of 16 equals 4. That's the first one. Let's take a look at another sample. The square root of 100. So again, you think to yourself, what number times that same number will equal 100? So the square root of 100 is 10. 10 times 10 equals 100. Here's another easy one that we know. What times what gives us 81? Naturally, 9 times 9 gives us 81. So the square root of 81 equals 9. Now sometimes you won't have a perfect square root. So we can choose two numbers that 15 would fall between. So we know that 3 times 3 is 9, so that doesn't work. And 4 times 4 is 16. So for our purposes, we're going to say that the square root falls between 3 and 4, knowing that this is 9 and this is 16. But for your answer, all you need is 3 and 4. Okay, here's one that's a little bit different. We have to do some work prior to solving. We have 36 minus the square root of 36. So the square root of 36, again, what number times itself will give us 36? And that's 6. And our final answer is 30. This is kind of following the order of operations. On to practice. Pause the video, come back when you're ready. Alright, so we had 3 simple practice problems today. The first one is the square root of 400. And we should know that 20 times 20 gives us 400. We have the square root of 144. Naturally, that's 12. And then on C, we have the square root of 27 would be between 5 and 6. 5 times 5 is 25, and 6 times 6 is 36. That's the end of your lesson today. If you got it right, let's do something different. How about we do, oh, I don't know, a 4x4 truck. Mine's not going to be that good. You get the idea. Nice job.